Are we live?
Yes, and we are live.
And am I co-host?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Let me share my screen. This is one of my favorite songs. So I'm so excited to share it with you guys. It's called uh we'll just sing it and then we'll let it go. We'll see how it goes. I have my mridanga today. I'll try to play soft. So this is the song name is Radha Krishna Bol Bol. And we're continuing our study in Gitavali. The official name is Nagar Kirtan Song 4 Sri Nama. The author is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the seventh Goswami. And the book name is Gitavali, and the language is Bengali. So follow along. I'll repeat every line twice, and we will try to sing this wonderful, wonderful song. And it has such a wonderful meaning, and we'll see it right after. So Radha Krishna bol bol, bolo re shobai. 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 ए शिखा दिया सबना दिया फिर चेने चे गौरनीताय ए शिक्षा दिया सबना दिया फिर चेने चे गौरनीताय हरि Jacho beshe kacho habu dubu bai miche mayar bhoshe jacho beshe kacho habu dubu bai hari bol bolo miche mayar bhoshe hari bol Mayar Bhoshe Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai Jeev Krishna das e Vishwas korle to alto konai Jeev Krishna das e Vishwas korle Krishna bolbe jabe bula kahabe chorbe anki boli jai Krishna bolbe jabe bula kahabe chorbe anki boli jai Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai 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 Radha Krishna bolo shange cholo e matra bhikha jai Radha Krishna bolo shange chalo e matra bhikha jai Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re shobai Radha Krishna Bhakti Vinod Bole Jhakon Onam Gai Jai Shakal Vipod Bhakti Vinod Bole Jhakon Onam Gai Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobhai Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobhai Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobhai Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Ami Tomara Kukur Tai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So we will chant the translation of this song. Anybody want to read the first one?
Sure, Prabhu, I can go.
Sure.
Chant, chant, Radha Krishna, everyone chant. When Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came dancing through Nadia, they gave these teachings. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna, everyone chant. You are caught up in a whirlpool of senseless action and are sinking lower and lower. Chant, chant, Radha Krishna, everyone chant.
Number 2, anyone? Anyone there? No? Okay. I can read number 2. Let me get back to this. If you just understand that the spirit soul is the internal servant of Krishna, you will never have any more sorrows. Chant Hare Krishna, and your eyes will fill with tears, and your body will feel transcendental shivering. Chant, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant. Number 3.
Prabhu, I'll read.
Sure.
Simply chant Radha Krishna and join with us. Those are the only arms we beg. Chant, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant. All danger will be gone. When the name is chanted, say Bhakti Vinod Thakur, chant, chant Radha Krishna, everyone chant.
Jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai. Does anybody have any reflections? We have 5 minutes for reflections about the song. Reflections or thoughts or realizations about what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying this, or understandings. That is all open for discussion right now.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, please go.
Yeah, so I was actually just hearing this one class by Amarendra Prabhu where one devotee asked about just chanting the Radha's name, and then he actually gave this not this prayer, but he said that yes, Lord Chaitanya gave us no chant Radha Krishna together, and it's again confirmed here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also saying yes, chant Radha Krishna. So that is also our parampara teachings that one can chant Radharani's name alone, or one can chant Krishna's name alone. But see all this, coming out of the whirlpool of senseless action and not sinking lower and lower. And if you want to fill your heart with the love of Krishna, and your eyes with the tear and body will feel sharing only by chanting Hare Krishna. Yeah, he's saying.
Yeah, that's a very deep realization, Prabhu. Thank you. I was thinking the similar thing, that we should not concoct or make up any mantras of our own. People have so many mantras that they create, but just if we do what the acharyas say, the acharyas will it is up to them. It is not our it's if we concoct our own mantra, we have to be realized enough to say, that when we chant that mantra that I just made up, this will be the result. But then the pure Vaishnava acharyas like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, a pure devotee, when they they don't make up any mantras. They just receive what they have gotten through their guru. And when we take the knowledge like that, then we can get what they're saying. We can you can say like the Falashruti, what's the fruit? And the fruit is all. In this section, he's saying all dangers will be gone when that name is chanted. You will be shivering, and we will never have any sorrows. I don't think anybody in this in the whole world can say that. Even big companies like CNN and Fox News, no matter how much you watch them, they will never say you will never have any more sorrows. But our Vaishnava acharyas are so bold, and they have so much faith in the chanting of Hare Krishna that they're saying that if you chant it, you'll never have any more sorrows. That's how confident they are. They're very confident, and they have a lot of realized knowledge. So that was something I was thinking about based on what you said. Anybody else have any other reflections?
I didn't. Hare Krishna, Hare Prabhu. I didn't know. I just joined. You are talking about sorrows. But one thing I can tell you: but if you chant, there is another kind of sorrow will come. This is a good sorrow because we develop the separation from Krishna. That's another sorrow.
You'll fill with tears. Your eyes will fill with tears.
Yeah, you know what happens? That sorrow that burns all other kleshas into ashes. Sorrow of that separation which you cry, the tears will burn all other kleshas into ashes. So that one has to. This is what actually Gaur Govind Maharaj says. One has to know how to cry. You cannot cry without sorrow feeling. Which is sorrow feeling is vipralamba.
That's a very important mood. That in the previous, when we were studying Gitabali, in the same section Nagar Kirtan, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says ek bar naam raso matore, that you just taste this this chanting of Hare Krishna once, and it's in the similar way. Once we taste it once, we're all here because we have tasted a little bit of something. And then once we have tasted something, we're always hankering and crying, when will that taste come back? When will I? This is how a lot of our acharyas sing, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Amar Jivan Sada Paperata Nahika Punyare Lesa. An acharya will never say, I'm the best devotee, I'm the greatest devotee. He always will say, I'm the lowest of the lowest of the lowest. And I will, and then I offer this, how does he end it? I offer this sad statement of a life unto the feet of Sri Nandanandan. This is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur ends. That's very telling of how our mood should be as well. But I was thinking also that we were mentioning that last week, and then this line Kacho Habu Dubu Bhai, I brought this up last week as well. And when we say Kacho Habu Dubu Bhai Habu Dubu is actually an onomatopoeia, and onomatopoeia is when the word is sounding exactly what it is. So Habu Dubu is sounding like the definition. So Habu Dubu is a whirlpool of senseless. It's actually a whirlpool. I think that is exactly what a Habu Dubu is. And then when you say the word Habu Dubu, it sounds like you're drowning as well. Habu Dubu, Habu Dubu, Habu Dubu. It sounds kind of like you're drowning. So this is a clever use of the onomatopoeia. It's a Kacho Habu Dubu Bai. So any other reflections, last reflections for our study of the Vaishnav songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas?
One reflection, Prabhu. When you I just saw Ramesh Mukko posted that Bhakti, he opened a crying school. So I was raised right from childhood. Of course, Pariksith also is listening. I just want to say, because men means strong, you should never cry. Strong, like emotions hold it. But I was proven wrong. One had to learn how to cry. Took many years to learn that, but eventually that's a good lesson. Thank you very much for this prayer. Brought me that feeling. Thank you very much.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Naveen Prabhu, for that heartfelt reflection. So we will pause our study of the songs of the Vaishnavacharyas for this week, and we'll move on to the next part of the program, which is the summum bonum of our spiritual life, which is the study of the king of all literatures, the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this week we'll be studying from Canto 1, Chapter 3, Krishna, the source of all incarnations, text 6 through 27, large amount of verses. So this week we have a very special speakers. We have Her Grace Vrajabhakti Mataji and Bhakta Pariksith Prabhu. And so they will be giving a joint class, and we are very excited for them. I know that Vrajabhakti Mataji needs no introduction, and Pariksith needs no introduction because we have people from all over the world, and all over the world people know of him. So, but I will give it just so people, we have some new people around here. So Vrajabhakti Mataji and Naveen Krishna Prabhu they have been practicing Krishna consciousness for more than 20 plus years, and they have been coming to the ISKCON of Columbus, and they have been instrumental in the spreading of Krishna consciousness in the Columbus area, and they have been steadily practicing, and they're like steady as a rock, and they have been preaching so much, and they're both exemplary disciples of His Holiness Radha Maharaj, and they're very big inspiration for this program as well as many other programs. So Vrajabhakti Mataji has 2 kids, and one of the kids will be speaking to us today, Pariksith. Parikshith's in the 2nd grade, 3rd grade,
4th grade.
4th grade. Okay, yeah, COVID's got me down. I don't know when anybody. Alec could be in the 2nd grade for me, but Parikshith's in the 4th grade, and he has a deep taste in reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and speaking it and sharing what his realizations are, which is the essence of Krishna consciousness, is to read and realize and share, and his mother is encouraging very much in this, and Parikshit's also very internally motivated, and he's very self-sufficient in that way. So it is 8:06 right now on the East Coast. We invite Parikshit Prabhu to speak for about 45 minutes to an hour. Then we will have some Parikshit Prabhu and Vrajabhakti Mataji. We will have question and answer for 15 minutes after that. And then we have a quiz on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2. We were supposed to have that last week, but we had a guest speaker. So this week we will have the quiz on Canto 1, Chapter 2. So without further ado, Parikshit Prabhu, the floor is all yours. Please take it away. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Can he share the screen, Prabhu? Can you make him a host or a co-host, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
He is a co-host.
Alec is.
You should be able to see Prabhu the share screen option.
I'll try it.
Right.
Can we record also, Prabhu, on our system?
The recording's going on, Mataji.
Yeah, it's live on YouTube.
It's live on YouTube.
No, I can I record on this system? That's what I'm asking. But it's okay. Don't worry. Okay.
Om Jnanatimirandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातान् सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभनुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Thank you for the opportunity. And the topic that I've been given is Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 6 to 27. So Krishna is the source of all incarnations. And today we will discuss only the incarnations that have been given in the verses. The first one is the Four Kumaras. The Four Kumaras are empowered incarnations of the Lord or Shaktavish avatars. As soon as they were born, they took up celibacy or brahmacharya. Each function of an avatar, there's a function of each avatar. And so the function of this avatar is to teach us Brahman realization. The next avatar is Varahadev. So Hiranyaksha pushed Mother Earth into Rasatala, one of the hellish planets. And so Varahadev appeared. And so Hiranyaksha is Hiranyakashipu's brother. And so Varahadev appeared, and with his tusks, he lifted up Mother Earth and put her back into her place and started fighting Hiranyaksha. And then ultimately, Varahadev destroys Hiranyaksha. The next avatar is Devarshi Narada. Narada propagates devotional service all over the universe. Even his name means Nara means Narayan and Da means to give. He who gives Narayan. We also see this in Krishna Leela. Yashoda. Yasha is fame and Da means to give. She who gives fame to the all famous. In some examples of Narada Muni propagating devotional service to some people is, one of them is Mrigari. Mrigari was a hunter who would kill animals half. He would leave them half dead. And when Narada Muni saw this, his heart was pained, because Vaishnavas are paradukka dukki. They feel pain at the sufferings of other people, other living entities. So he was thinking, who did this cruel activity? And then he started reviving the animals from their pain. And Mrigari said, "Oh, great sage, what have you done? Why have you strayed the general path and come in this forest path? These are my prey. I have shot these animals." And Narada Muni said, "Oh, it is you that have shot these animals." And Narada Muni said, I have one request from you. From today on, please kill animals fully. You see, Narada Muni, he's not immediately forcing, don't kill animals at all. Because he knows Mrigadi is not at that stage. So he said, don't kill animals half, at least kill them fully. So Mrigadi said, what difference does it make? I feel great pleasure killing them half, and I feel great pleasure killing them half, and you're telling me to kill them fully? What's the difference? And then Narada Muni said, you will have to suffer for each of your sinful activities. And Narada Muni showed Mrigadi the hellish conditions, and Mrigadi's consciousness flipped. And then he was wondering, how do I free myself from all these sinful reactions? Narada Muni said, chant this mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Mrigadi's tongue was so thick he could not chant. And so Narada Muni said, keep trying, and eventually you will get it. So Narada Muni came back to Mrigadi after some time to check on him. And Mrigadi, when he saw Narada Muni, he was jumping to him. And Narada Muni said, why are you jumping? He said, I saw some ants on the floor, and so I didn't want to crush them. So this is how much Mrigadi changed just by the association of Narada Muni. Another instance very similar to this is Valmiki. Valmiki was also a hunter. He was also a hunter, and he would kill animals, and Narada Muni said, don't kill animals and chant the holy name. And so he gave him the name of Rama, but he could not chant it. So he gave him the name Mara. Mara means to kill. So Valmiki kept chanting and kept chanting. And if you keep saying Mara, you will automatically say Rama. See? Marama, Rama, 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 Rama. So like that, he kept chanting Mara, and then he got to the stage where he became a very pure devotee. So this is the power of chanting the holy name from a pure devotee. The next one is Nara and Narayan Rishi. The Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in the forms of Nara and Narayan. One of them was of a whitish complexion and the other blackish, and they both had 4 arms. Their eyes resembled the petals of blooming lotuses, and they wore garments of black deerskin and bark along with a 3-stranded sacred thread. Next is Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni was the son of Kardama Muni in Devahuti. And so Kapila Muni instructed Devahuti in the Sankhya philosophy. After this is Atri Muni. Atri Muni was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada, and others. Next is Yagna. Yagna appeared as the son of Prajapati Ruchi and Akuti. As Mahendra Indra, he protected the demigods of that Manvantara, who were the Yamas. The Manvantara was the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Rishabhadev. King Nabhi and his wife Meru Devi performed severe austerities to have a son like Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu, being pleased with the austerities, agreed to appear as the son, and he is none other than King Rishabhadev. You see, there's no one like the Lord. There's no one like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he himself had to incarnate as their son. King Prthu. King Prthu and his wife Archi appeared from the body of King Vena. King Vena was a very bad king. And so the sages were having problems. And so they chanted some mantras that immediately killed Vena. And so Vena lied there dead, and from his body emerged King Prthu and his wife Archi. And so once King Prthu was doing 100 Ashwamedha sacrifices, 100 horse sacrifices. And when Prthu Maharaj is performing the last horse sacrifice, King Indra took the form of a sannyasi and stole the horse intended for the sacrifice. And he did this because of great envy of King Prthu. And when he was going, Atri Muni saw this. And then he immediately called King Prthu's son and said, go catch him, kill him. And so he went to him, and seeing him as a sannyasi, he did not want to kill him. And so he came back. And Atri Muni said, no, that is Indra, kill him. And so when he got to know this, he chased Indra. And Indra was running away. And then he finally just let go of the horse, let go of his clothes, let go of the horse, and just swim back. And then he did this a second time. This time he made the entire place dark. Oh yeah, from that time where he took the dress of a sannyasi, that's when these things called bogus gurus started. So he did this a second time. And he made the entire place dark. No one could see. And so he took the horse again and was going. And then Atri Muni again saw, and he said, go catch him. And the prince, seeing him as a sannyasi, again did not want to kill him. Atri Muni again told him, this is Indra, go kill him. And so he went to Indra. He kept going. Indra again let go and just went. The third time he did the same thing. But when he was going, he did not just leave and go. He turned invisible and let go and just went back to the heavenly kingdom. But he did not go back to the heavenly kingdom. He still had the horse. And the sages said, you know what? We're done. We're going to kill this Indra. So they chanted mantras to make Indra fall into the sacrificial fire. And so when they were chanting the mantras, Brahma came and said, you cannot kill the Indra, the king of the demigods. And then Vishnu came and told Prthu, stop this sacrifice. Stop it. And so he stopped, and Indra begged forgiveness, and King Prthu forgave him. Matsya. After the Chakshusha Manvantara, there is an inundation. And the Lord incarnated as the fish form and protected Vaivaswata Manu, placing him on a boat. You can see in the picture, but this picture shows wrong. The boat was connected to his horn, right here, and Vaivaswata Manu was in the boat. Kurma. The Lord held the Mandara mountain on his back during the churning of the milk ocean. In the Shastras, it says, just before this as a pastime, the Lord got a feeling to scratch on his back. And so the movement of the Mandara mountain on his back satisfied this feeling. The Lord appeared as Dhanvantari with the nectar pot within his arms. After the demigods and demons churned the milk ocean. It says in the Shastras, Dhanvantari had beautiful, soft, flowing hair and looked very, 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 very beautiful. Mohini. Mohini avatar appeared to bewilder the minds of the Asuras and get back the nectar which the Asuras had stole from Dhanvantari and give back to the Devatas. Narasimhadev. The Lord appeared as Narasimhadev to protect his devotee Prahlad from Hiranyakashipu. The Lord bifurcated the body of Hiranyakashipu as easy as one breaks erica grass. Erica grass is grass without joints. And he took Hiranyakashipu's intestine as his garland and his blood as his water. And to explain how big and powerful Narasimhadev was, there's a pastime. One time, Bhima and Krishna went to this huge golden mountain. Very, very big. And then Lord Krishna said, please lift it to Bhima. And Bhima was very, very powerful. 10,000 elephants can be powdered by one fist of Bhima. So he tried to lift it very hard. It didn't even budge. And Krishna smirked and said, this is the earring of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was lost in the fingernails of Narasimhadev. He was lost in the fingernails of Narasimhadev. And this is how powerful and big Narasimhadev was. Vamana avatar. As Lord Vamana approached Bali, begging for 3 steps of land, but desiring to bring back the heavenly kingdom. So when Vamana Dev went to Bali and he asked for 3 steps, Bali gave him 3 steps. And with 1 step, he covered the entire world. 2nd step, he covered the entire material universe, and his toe poked a hole in the layer between the spiritual world and the material world. And right above it was the casual ocean. And so the water that fell down was Ganga. None other than Ganga. And then Vamana said, where should I put my 3rd step? I have no place to put my 3rd step. And King Bali said, you may put it on my head. And so Vamana Dev, very pleased, put his foot on Bali, rolled his feet on Bali, and pushed him into the hellish planets. But because of Bali's devotion, Vamana said, I shall be your doorkeeper. Parasurama. The Lord appeared as Parasurama. The Lord appeared as Parasurama as the son of Rishi Jamadagni and Renuka. After his father was killed by Kshatriyas, he became angry and destroyed the entire Kshatriya race 21 times on this earth. You can see the picture. He has an axe. And when his father was killed, he made a vow. My axe will be forever red from the blood of this miscreant Kshatriyas. The next is Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati to Parasurama Muni. The meaning of Vyasadeva is very interesting. So, you have the diameter which separates things. Vyasadeva means diameter because he separated the Vedas into the 4 Vedas and the Puranas and all that. Before it was just one Veda, and then he split it into different sections. This is why he's named Vyasadeva. Ram was the son of King Dasharatha and Kaushalya. Ram's pastime in a few sentences. Ram was born with his 3 brothers from sweet rice. Dashrath's queens eating sweet rice. And so it was Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Kshatrugna. And so when he grew up, Vishwamitra Muni said, he told King Dashrath, let your sons come with me, because the night ghosts, the demons, are troubling us very, very much. So your Ram should be there in the night and destroy these ghosts. And so Dashrath said, let me come with you. Ram is just a young boy. I will come with you. And then Vishwamitra said, no, Ram must come. And with great difficulty, Dashrath finally agreed to give Ram and Lakshman to Vishwamitra. And then we all know the pastime. Tartaka came and Ram killed Tartaka. And when he came back, Mantra poisoned the mind of Kaikeyi. And so into making Ram leave to the forest for 14 years in exile and Bharat be the king. And so Dashrath was very sad. He was in a dilemma. He did not want to make his favorite wife sad, but he also did not want to let his beloved son go. So he picked to let his son go. But he did not pick it, and he picked it at the same time. When Ram was going, he felt such pain. It was unimaginable. And so when Ram left, after that, Dashrath lost the will to live and passed away a sad death. And so when Ram got to hear this, he was deeply pained, but he did not return to Ayodhya. He stayed in the forest. And then Ravana came and kidnapped Sita by luring Ram by Sita. So Sita was attracted to a golden deer, and Ram went to go chase it. And so Sita and Lakshman. And then they heard Ram, what seemed to be Ram calling, but it was actually the golden deer who was a demon. And so Lakshman went, and Sita was alone. And then a sannyasi came. There's different types of sannyasis. And Ravana came as a Parijaraka sannyasi. Parivrajaka sannyasi who has lots of followers. And so he asked for alms, and Sita gave, and Ravana caught her and put her on his flying chariot, and then he flew to Lanka, and then Sita dropped some ornaments in Kishkinda, and then Ram killed this demon. And then this demon said, go to Sugriva, the king of the Kishkinda mountains. But before you do that, go to this woman named Shabari. And then so Ram knew that he had to go to Shabari. So he went to Shabari, and Shabari was waiting for so long. Her guru had told her to wait for Ram to come before coming with my disciples to the spiritual world. So she was waiting, and every day she would wait for Ram outside her house. And then Ram finally came. And then there's these fruits. You can look at them and tell whether they're sour or sweet. You have to taste it. So she would bite, and if they're sour, she would keep it for herself, and if they were sweet, she would give it to Ram. And Ram didn't find the fruit sweet. He found the saliva of Shabari sweet. That's the thing that he found sweet. The Lord doesn't matter what you give. He says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Even if you give me water, leaf, fruit, or flower, I'll accept pure devotion. He does not accept, he accepts the item, but most importantly, he accepts the devotion that we give. And so after this, they went to Kishkinda, and Sugriva showed Ram the ornaments. And then after that, Ram killed Vali, and Sugriva became the king of Kishkinda. Before Vali was the king of Kishkinda, so now Sugriva became the king of Kishkinda and got his wife back. So Sugriva said, let me at least be for some time in my palace for the rainy seasons to end. And it was torrents of rain. So much rain. There were floods. Floods were like a normal life then. So much rain. And so Ram was waiting so much for the rains to end so he could get back Sita. And the rains finally ended. Sugriva did not come back. And then Ram sent to Lakshman, go tell Sugriva, the door that Vali went through is still wide open. And Lakshman said, why didn't I just kill him straightforward? And he said, no, just go tell him. And so Lakshman went to Sugriva and told him. And Sugriva said, okay, yeah, I shall come now. And then he came. And then one group went north, one group went east, one group went west, and one group went south. Hanuman, Jambavan, and some others went south. And so we all know the past time Hanuman faced demons and other things, and then he finally found Mother Sita and gave her the ornament of Ram. And so they caught Hanuman. Ravan's team, soldiers caught Hanuman and tied him up. And then Ravan said, who are you? And he said, I am the messenger of Ram. And so Ravana said, kill him. And then Vibhishan said, it would not be wise to kill a messenger. And so he said, okay, the monkey admires his tail more than anything. So burn his tail. And so they set his tail on fire. And instead of burning his tail, he burned the entire Lanka. And then he returned back. And then he said, I found Mother Sita. And then Ram got to know. And then he was very happy. And then they built the bridge. And they were writing the name of Ram on the rocks and putting them on the ocean. And they built a bridge to Lanka. And as we know, they had a battle and Ram finally killed Ravan and all of his army. And he got back Sita and returned to Ayodhya to be the king. And to chant Ram's name is very, very, very nice. Shiva says to Parvati, Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. He says, chant this name. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam. 3 names of this Ram is equal to chanting the Vishnu Sahasranam. To chanting the Vishnu Sahasranam. Ramanama Varanane. So chant this name of Ram. Next is Balarama and Krishna. Balaram was the son of Vasudeva and Rohini and was the husband of Revati. he was part of the Vrishni or Yadu dynasty. Krishna is the eternal son of Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda, and is also part of the Yadu or Vrishni dynasty, and his first wife was Rukmini, and so Krishna had 16,000 wives, and so his first wife was Rukmini. And there's a very interesting pastime of how Balaram got married. So Revati's father and Revati went to Brahmaloka to get a suitable husband for his daughter. And so Brahma was in some activity, and so they waited. And when he came out, he said, "What happened? What are you doing here?" And he said, "I'm looking for a suitable husband for my daughter." And Brahma laughed and said, "The time that you have been here, the time on earth, a yuga has already passed. It is already Dwapar Yuga." And he said, "The Lords Balarama and Krishna have incarnated. A suitable husband for your daughter would be Balaramji." And so when they met Balaram, Revati was from Treta Yuga, so she was tall. And Balaram took his paw and pulled down Revati to the sides. And we all know Krishna's Balaram's advent. Balaram incarnated. First, he went in the womb. The Acharyas explain it very nicely. He went in the womb of Devaki because they say those 6 children are like the 6 anarthas. So he cleaned up that place because Krishna cannot possibly be in that dirty place. So he cleaned it up, and he was attracted by the devotion of Rohini. This is why he's called Sankarshan. And so Krishna appeared, and then we all know Vasudev took Krishna to the Yamuna, and the Yamuna wanted to touch Krishna, but it was like kind of drowning Vasudev because Krishna was on his head. And so Krishna put his foot out a little, and Yamuna touched the foot of Krishna, and went back, and then she stopped. And then he went to Mother Yashoda, placed Krishna there, and took the baby girl that Mother Yashoda had already given birth to. And then he returned to the present, and then we know Mother Yashoda when he saw Krishna, she was confused what it was. First, she thought it was sesame flowers. Then she thought it was lotuses. Then she thought it was a box of jewels. And so she finally got to know it was her son, Krishna. Next is Buddha. Buddha appeared in the womb of Anjana, in the province of Gaya. He appeared to stop the killing of animals. Even Brahmanas were mercilessly killing animals, eating their flesh and drinking their blood. And there's a very, very foolish reason why people killed animals then. They say, we're just doing sacrifices. The Vedic scriptures say you must sacrifice animals to do bhai. And then Buddha said, just don't follow scriptures then. And so that is when Buddhism was born. Kalki avatar. Kalki will be the son of Vishnu Yasa, and he will come on a white horse to destroy all the bad kings and irreligious kings. You can see he's on a white horse with a sword, and he's killing all the irreligious kings. And his guru in warfare will be none other than Parasurama. And so, thank you. Hare Krishna. Oh yes. There is Jayadev Goswami. He has composed Dasha Avatar. So this is from Matsya. Pralaya payodi jale dritavana sivedam vihitavahitra charitamakedam keshavadrita meena sarira ke Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Kshitiriha Vipula Tare Titavar Prishte Dharani Dharanakina Chakra Garishte Keshavadrita Kurma Sarira Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Vasati Dashana Shikare Dharani Tavalagna Sashini Kalanka Kalevani Magna Keshavadrita Sugara Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Tava Kara Kamala Varena Kamadbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Chalayasi Vikramane Balam Adbhuta Vamana Padanakani Rajanita Jana Pavana Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Kshatriya Rudya Maye Jagatapagata Papam Snapayasi Payasi Shamita Bhavatapam Keshavadrita Bhrigupati Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Vitarasi Dikshurane Dikpatikamaniyam Dashamukhamoli Balim Brahmaniyam Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Vahasiva Pushi Vyasadeva Sanam Jaladabam Halahati Biti Milita Yamunabam Keshavadrita Haladhara Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Nindasi Yagna Videraha Shruti Jatam Sadaya Hridaya Darshita Pashughatam Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Mlechani Vahani Dhane Kalayasi Karavalam Dumukhe Tumi Vakim Apikara Alam Keshavadrita Kalki Sharira Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Uditam Udaram Shunu Shukadam Shubhadam Bhavasharam Keshavadrita Dashavidarupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish जगदीश हरे वेदान उदरते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलम उद्भिव्रते दैतं धारयते बलं चलयते क्षत्रक्षयं कूर्वते पौलस्त्यं जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यम् आत्वन्वते मृच्छान् मूर्छयते दशाकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Pariksith. Thank you so much for serving the Bhagavatam class. Does anybody have any questions or comments? We will definitely take them at this point. You may unmute yourself. You may pop it in the chat box, or Vika has a question. She's raising her hand. So.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for the class. It's amazing how much you know, and I also admire how well spoken you are. So keep it up. I do have a question, and again, I'm very new to Srimad Bhagavatam, but please help me understand. So there's all different reincarnations of Krishna, incarnations of Krishna. Like the way they're described, is it sequential? Because even when you said that that the Kalaki, the last incarnation, he's the disciple of Parasurama, who is like back before, and the same thing with Vyasadeva. And I was reading about him, so he comes before Rama. But he writes down Srimad Bhagavatam and everything after Krishna. So I'm a little bit confused how it's happened, like in like historical sequential way. If you could help me understand that, I would really appreciate it.
So for the Parasurama and Kalki, Parasurama is eternally in the Himalayas, and when the time comes, he will come back. He will come back and teach Kalki. And to answer your question, I do not really know if it's in sequence or not. But I do know for Vyasadeva, Krishna gave him the vision. Krishna gave him the vision, but I do not know if it is in the verses, if it is in sequence or not. Does anyone have the answer? Anyone like Naveen?
Yeah, so yes, Parshuram is eternally there because Parshuram came in a different yuga and Kalki is going to come. So disciplic succession may not be time bound. So disciplic succession is actually based on Siksha, the instruction. So both are empowered incarnation. Krishna is a full-fledged incarnation with all the opulences all the time. So some of this incarnation, even though it's a Krishna, it's called Sakta Vesha Avatar. Shakti means energy, power. So to exhibit a time, place and circumstances, certain energy, they come. So when they come for the purpose, so Parshuram came for the purpose when the earth was polluted with the consciousness of the kings who are actually diverting from the principles of Vedas. That's the reason he came and re-established. So then his Shakti, again, is its disciple, which is Kalki, at the end of Kalki, Kali Yuga is going to come back and continue his job. And eventually, again, Satya Yuga starts when he annihilates. So that is a sequence. So the connection is actually Siksha, which is not Diksha. And as far as the Veda Vyasa is concerned, maybe in this pastime he mentions before, but it happened sequentially. He is product of Dwapara Yuga. He's a son of Parashara, which is just before the Krishna incarnated. So, but whereas his name was mentioned early, but it's sequential. Srimad Bhagavatam is a Purana. So there is a difference between Purana and Itihas. So Purana means and itihasa means itihasa, that which happened. But if you see, even in the past times, Manus, there's a 14 Manus, right? We are in the 7th Manu. So Manus happen sequentially. The past times jumped from one Manu to another Manu. So they are not sequential. So to make a point, he chose different pastimes. Sometimes it so happened they were sequential, but other times it's not sequential. But Itihas is a sequential. You see Mahabharata, Ramayana, they are sequential from birth to sequential till he left. Everything is in sequential. Itihas is in sequential. But Purana, it is called chronological. Chronological means based on the topic they were arranged.
Does anybody have any further questions or comments? DK Sharma has a question. Is Buddha really an incarnation of Lord Krishna, as he did not believe in the Vedas?
Well, he is, but he just told that so to stop animal killing. Because people were killing animals left and right. Even Brahmanas were doing that. So just to stop the killing of animals, he said this.
If I may, prediction that I'd like to add something, that in the 2nd canto, 7th chapter, and this is the chapter is scheduled incarnations. Srila Prabhupada puts in that purport. I was actually just thinking of that when you were speaking it, and in that section he mentions the incarnations come again, and then one of the Buddha, the incarnation. Srila Prabhupada is quoting in his purport that Jiva Goswami writes in his writings that the Buddha that is talked about in this context of the Bhagavatam is not the same Buddha that came 500 years ago. This Buddha that came is actually a different Buddha that came in a different Kali Yuga. So it is mentioned there. So I thought it'd be helpful for the discussion.
Thank you.
DK Sharma has put another comment. Thanks. Why ISKCON does not have deities of Lord Buddha? What do you think, Pariksith?
Somebody asked this question. Why can't we can have a Mohini Murti as a deity? We can attract a lot of people. Actually, it's just a loaded question. It sounds to be funny, but actually there is a reason for it. Because these incarnations complete the purpose and left. So the Krishna, when we worship Krishna, he's a samam bonam of all. Indirectly, you are worshipping everybody. And also, I saw the comment from Prabhu. He did not believe in Vedas. He did believe. So God and Vedas inseparable. There's a coin on both sides. So Vedas come from the mouth. When Krishna came as Buddha, he didn't say he didn't believe, but the people were not following them. So the child, he says that this is what I want you to do, but that's not right. The parent says, if that's what is making you to do this, then better not to do that. Doesn't mean that they want you to do that. The same thing when the people on the name of Vedas, they were misusing the Vedas. So they said, but their consciousness is not there to accept that. So that's one of the reasons it's called Channa. That means secretly, with a purpose, saying that, okay, if you think Vedas say that, then don't follow Vedas. But Vedas doesn't say that. So that's how he tweaked the system and then eventually raised their consciousness. So Buddha did believe Vedas, but to help the humanity at that time, he told them to abandon based on their conception of Vedas is wrong. So that's my understanding.
Hari, I wanted to ask you, so you said that the Lord Buddha, this incarnation, he is from a different yuga, he's not from,
yeah,
you mentioned something. So why does it say then in the purport to the 24th text, it says that kind of like it's the last passage. Srimad Bhagavatam was, and I have a Russian Srimad Bhagavatam, so I'm translating. So the Srimad Bhagavatam was put together right before the age of Kali, so 5 1,000 years ago, but the Buddha came about 2,600 years ago. So it means that Srimad Bhagavatam predicted Buddha. So from this, I kind of implied that it is like this Buddha of our, like the one that came relatively not long ago.
Yeah, in this according to I just posted a verse on the chat that according to 2737, the purport, I'm just reading this off. The incarnation of Lord Buddha is not the same Buddha incarnation we have in the present history of mankind. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, the Buddha incarnation mentioned in this verse appears in a different age. In the duration of life of one Manu, there are more than 72 Kali Yugas. And in one of them, the particular type of Buddha mentioned here would appear. Lord Buddha incarnates at a time when the people are most materialistic and preaches common sense religious principles. I'm not very sure about, I think his proper name is Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha is at the same time frame of 2,000 years ago. I think he came a little bit earlier than that, didn't he? Or was it about 2,000 years ago?
Yeah, correct. What Gautam Buddha is actually Siddhartha. Is when he got Nirvana, it's the same thing. Yeah, there are certain verses, because what happens is people are in different platform. We'll just continue with the flow, because there's certain things it needs a little bit more deeper as well as a proper understanding where some of us may not be there. So for now, what we can do is that, incarnation of Buddha, what is mentioned, it comes in Kali Yuga. After Kali Yuga started, which is middle of Kali Yuga started 5,500 years. So now it's middle, which is around 2,000, which is Gautam Buddha is considered as an avatar. But what he's talking about is eventually absolute truth has many layers. So, but depends on our conception where we are. So it sometimes can be confusing and the people can lose the faith also. Let's not get into the topic. And then we'll continue with what we have. Because as I said, absolute truth has many layers. So it depends on where we are. We can see many things that appears to be. Jiva Goswami is in different platform. So,
thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody have any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yes.
Wanted some more information about Parasurama incarnation. So, Pariksith Prabhu, thank you so much for putting up such a nice presentation and sharing really wonderful details of all the incarnations as well as before that. So I saw for Parasurama, you mentioned that he got angry and he killed all the Kshatriyas. But is there any more to that, like how he appeared, why he appeared first of all, and then so his purpose of appearing, because Krishna says that he appears to give pleasure to the devotees and to annihilate the miscreants. So Parasurama also was there for that purpose. And yeah, I mean, a little bit more on that form, if you can, please.
So unto what I've heard or read, Parasurama appeared to destroy the miscreant Kshatriyas on this earth.
actually, just to help Parikshit, like Prabhu, there's a big history. So the Parshurama's father is Jamadagni, mother was Kshatriya, Kshatriya wife Renuka. So before that, actually, there was a king. He has given a mango where they can get the children, and then now that the queen given that mango to his the sage wife, the sage wife's mother. They were actually both are young. And the sage gave that mango to her, and then she gave that to her mother. Mother had it, and then it was interchanged. The two mangoes was given. So one came from Kshatriya, other came from Brahmin. So there's a big history. It's all explained. So to make it very short, yes. So from Kshatriya, when they interchanged, and they didn't know that, But eventually the sage came to know that they cursed them. They cursed them. We cannot do that because I gave for a purpose. But still, the destiny has something else. So whoever ate from this mango, they eventually have a two kind of some. One is very ferocious Kshatriya mentality and Brahmin family. Other is a sage. So sage is a different pastime. But from there, with Parasurama come from Jamadagni. And Jamadagni is a very pious Brahmin living in the forest. And then Renuka is a wonderful wife, chaste wife. And then when things were going on, Parasurama also has other brothers, but he was very close to his father, exactly following the instructions. One day Renuka went to nearby river to fetch the water. When she was fetching, she saw one beautiful Gandharva, very handsome young. And she didn't have any bad intention, but she saw him as appreciative, who is very beautiful. And she came back. And soon as she came back, and then Jamadagni sensed that one, she's now looked at somebody's husband, now she cannot be wife. And then he tells his sons, go and kill her. And then he says, how is it possible? How can we kill mother? No, the rule is rule. And those days, they kept the vows of that particular time frame, and then they have to maintain. But all of them said, we cannot do that, we cannot do that. But then he cursed them. And then eventually, because we have to set the great person set the rule and the common person follow. Then when others did not do that, but he told Parshuram, his youngest son, Parshuram has no second thought. He took his chopper and chopped off his mother's head, Renuka's head. And then because of that, father was so pleased, and he gave him blessings. Then he says, what do you want? He said, I want my mother back. So that mother came back. Because why? Because a thought entered into mind, that thought has to go. So when she reincarnated again, took a birth again, sin was removed. So that's one of the reasons absolute truth has many layers. Not many people can understand. Because what is an intent? It appears to be action was wrong, but his intention was different. He removed the thought. Sometimes we do operation, doctors, to remove that certain things, to make it appears to be outside different. So there is a long story. So that's how he got blessings from his father. But eventually a nearby king one time come to visit that hermitage. Then that time Parshuram was not there. And then his father took care of him. He fed all the king's people as well as the king. Very nice, sumptuous prasadam, which he never had it. Then he asked, how come you got this? He says, I have a Kamadhenu. So that means I want that Kamadhenu. So he said, you cannot have it because we need that Kamadhenu for milk to do our yes. And then but he stole it, he took it, and eventually when Parshurama came, he found out that he fought and killed some of the soldiers. And when king came back again as a revenge, and that time Parshurama was not there, he killed Jamadagni. Then again his son came back and he went and killed his Kshatriya. And that's where he started his killing Kshatriyas 21 times. Wherever the Kshatriya comes, he kills. He started killing from that age till even Ramayana. When he came to meet Ram, till then he was doing that. When Ram was doing his marrying Krishna, Sita was Swayamvar, you know that he has to lift the bow. Until that time, he was killing all the Kshatriyas. And in those days, but he had one vrata, which is if Kshatriya, when he come to kill, then if he's getting married, then he will not kill them. That's one of the reasons. Whenever the Parashurama comes and they'll get married to some new girl. So to avoid that. So that many kings was done it. When Ram was touched Parashuram and then he cooled down, he removed all the Shakti from him, and then now he goes to the one mountain in the forest, Himalayas. He meditated. He's still there. So, but his purpose was done. But his purpose again will be given to Kalki at the end of Kali. So he will do that, but he will not do that. His disciple will do that, which is Kali. Long story short, but the entire narrative is there.
Thank you, Prabhu. That was great. So Lord Parshuram is gonna be around until the end of this
yes.
destruction.
There are Kumaras, right? Like Parshuram, Vibhishan, Hanuman. There is actually Jambavan, and then Ashwadhama. There are few people are there like that. They live till end of this Brahma and then go back.
Okay. Jai. Thank you. Thank you so much, Naveen Krishna Prabhu.
Sorry, I took a lot of time.
No problem, Prabhu. Thank you.
No problem. But thank you so much. I think we can move on to the next part of the program unless somebody has a burning question. Okay. We can move on to the next part of the program. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Nobody leave yet. We have our Srimad Bhagavatam quiz that we will be doing now. So before everybody leaves, I see that 15 people on the call. Darpan, Vish, I see 14 now. Darpan, Vish, DK Sharma, Naeem, Jenny, Shivam, Vasanta, Ramesh, Kajal, Raman, Mataji. So what we can do is I'll share my screen and you can get a second device, and that is not the device that you're doing Zoom on, and you guys can join this game, this quiz, and we'll see how much we learn from the second chapter. So here is that. I'll share my screen and you guys can join this game. And you guys can just go to kahoot.it and then you put the game pin in, and then that should get you inside the game. Pariksith is in. We'll just wait for a minute. I see Columbus R is here. Hari's servant. I think Naveen Prabhu left the call. DK Sharma, Hare Krishna. Kajal Mataji, who else did I see? I saw Raman Mataji as well. I'm going to join too because I don't know the questions. Vishwanath Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Didn't you prepare the questions?
Darpan Prabhu's here. So we have 8 people. We'll wait for 30 more seconds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai, Kajal Mataji is here. Let me join as well. Okay, let's start. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2. Just select the best answer that you see on the Zoom screen. The path of renunciation prescribed in the Vedas is called click the best answer.
I think there is a typo in the answer.
Yeah, there's a typo in one of them. It is Nivriti Marg, not Niviti Marg, but you guys can understand. So 3, who's in the lead? Hari's servant is in the lead, and Jenish Prabhu is second, and DK Sharma is third. Next. By following the path of bhakti, Three, two, one. All of the above. It's true, one does become attached to superior things and one naturally becomes attached, but it is all the above. So 7. Kajal Mataji coming up to 3rd. So this grades you based on how fast you answer and how correct you answer. Let's see. Liberation automatically comes for one who constantly remembers the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme Lord because
Krishna sounds very tricky.
3, 2, 1. It's all of the above. Good. Most of you guys got that one. Hari's servant is on fire. He's on a streak. Darpan's back into third. How many types of Bhagavat are there? There are 2. I'll give you a thumbs up if somebody can name them on the Zoom call.
The devotee.
The person Bhagavad and the book Bhagavad.
Yes, correct. So there's
But
2.
I picked the wrong answer.
You picked the wrong answer. Well, you got it right now. Let's see. Columbus Ramesh is here. How many Mahajans are there? Ten seconds. There are 12 Mahajans, so not 10. Jenish took over Hari's servant. What is the true purpose of Varnashrama? It was mentioned in this chapter. Yes, to please Krishna. Yeah, that is the true purpose of Varnashrama. Hari's servant takes the lead again. How does one get free from karma, fruitive activities? Remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very good. Okay, it all stays the same. Next. We have 10 questions left. You guys got this. What type of attention is needed to execute proper sadhana bhakti? Divided, sustained, visual, or one-pointed? Six, one-pointed attention, of course. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. True or false? You guys only have 10 seconds for this one. Life's desires should be aimed at sense gratification. True or false? False. That's good that nobody put true. Yes, life's desires should not be aimed at sense gratification. Okay. Who was the main speaker during this chapter? Sukadeva Goswami, Pariksith Maharaj, Srila Vyasadeva, or Suta Goswami?
Oh, I did it wrong. It
is Suta Goswami. He is the main speaker.
Correct. I did correct.
Shivam, back in it. Multi-select. Who is the absolute truth? So you have to select all the correct answers. What is the absolute truth, I should say? 10 seconds, no answers. Zero. Okay. The answer was Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. So you had to select all three to get full credit. Shivam Prabhu is on the roll from all the way from India. Another multi-select. Which personality is it specifically recommended to offer respects to before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam? There's two right answers and there's two wrong answers. So you have to select the two correct answers. Yes, it's Saraswati Devi and Vyasadeva. It's the famous verse, Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim vyasa tato jayamudirayat. Next. Pariksith, come on, you can do it, Pariksith, I bet. Who's Sutta Goswami? Ugrashrava, son of Romaharshana Sutta, one who spoke the Srimad Bhagavatam the second time at 9 Sharanya, or all of the above? It is all of the above. Okay, now it's a game. Parikshit's one question away. What kind of questions are capable of completely satisfying the self? Ones that relate to Krishna, the Vedas, that make you a millionaire, or eradicate all diseases from human existence? Satisfying the self.
This is also the
Ones that relate to Krishna. All good, all 6. Okay, next question. According to this chapter, how should material gain be used? Getting the new PS5, serving humanity, growing food grains, or healthy life / self-preservation?
How about that for an option?
2, 1. Healthy life and self-preservation. So material gain should be used as that. When this is specifically mentioned in the 2nd chapter. Good. I don't know what question we're on. Oh, we have 2 questions left. Let's go. How many verses are in this chapter? Quick. Don't look at the book. Last week, Nanda Kumar Prabhu spoke on the last verses. How many verses were there? It was 34. 34. Janish Prabhu. What is the name of the next chapter? Third chapter. The chapter that we're on right now. Krishna is the source of all incarnations, schedule incarnations, glories of devotional service, or entanglement in fruitive activities.
What's the prize, Prabhu, this week?
The prize, if you're in the US, I'll give you a high five over Zoom. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. That's the name of the 3rd chapter. Last question, I think. Multi-select. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Select all of them. Jai.
I wonder which is the right answer.
You don't know which is the right answer, huh? Very hard, very difficult one. It is Jai. So next. So here's the podium. 3rd place. Pariksith. In the 4th grade, Pariksith got it. Janish, second place. First is, I guess it's Hari's servant. I don't know who Hari's servant is, but runners up Shivam and Darpan. So really good job, guys. I hope that enhanced your learning, and I hope you had some fun playing that. Alec, are you Hari's servant?
Always, Prabhu.
Always Lord Hari's servant. That's very good.
Wow. Hare Prabhu did amazing job this time.
Yeah, he did good. So we want to thank Pariksith again for coming and serving the Srimad Bhagavatam class. And we are so excited. We were so happy to have him serve. And he's a up and coming rising star in Krishna consciousness. And we are all very happy to see him. So we'll give, everybody can unmute themselves and give Prabhu a big Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Of course, Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes.
Next week we have a very exciting speaker, a very special speaker. He just confirmed with me in the last hour or 2 hours ago, and we have His Grace Hari Parsha Prabhu speaking about the Paribhasha Sutra, arguably the most important verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28. So read those. The next verses are text 29 through text 27 through what is that?
28.
Calendar. So we're next verses are 26, 27, 28, 29. So 4 verses. So please read these 4 verses and you should be ready for Pranam, and then we will end for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.